Hi, and welcome back to the Wicked Thrifter Resell channel. We're out at a few of our different Goodwill locations again, trying to find some items that we can pick up to sell on eBay for a profit. This was a new brand to me. It gave me a feel of M.A. Hadley, if you know that brand. They didn't have a complete set. Possibly if it had been a complete set, I might have picked it up. It looks like when you have the set, they sell for a decent amount of money. Not a terrible amount of profit in single plates, but something to keep an eye out. I thought those were interesting, the cup and saucer set. I don't do much with cups and saucers. I'm starting to dabble a little bit more into some antique and vintage dinnerware. I don't come across it a ton, but now I'm scoping out these sections for that. I used to find it quite often, but now that they're selling online on their own Shop Goodwill site and a few other, I believe, places, it's hard to pick those up now. I scooped this up. It was for $6.99. It was a handmade kid's toy. It's like a rocking horse soldier. If you find those, pick those up. And I also scooped this up. They're fish measuring spoons. This set specifically didn't sell for a ton. But it still had a good amount of profit built in. I missed those bowls initially. I didn't grab them. Someone must have grabbed them when I came back through. The shelves definitely have a lot more on it lately. A parasol, a clay mask there. I was trying to figure out what was in that bag, but they look like little toys of some sort.
Donation line 1, donation line 1, thank you. Attention shoppers, if anyone is holding a furniture tag for a brown wooden end table.
There's just some more knickknacks in this section. I spotted these hand-blown glass figures. It looked like part of a nativity set. It looked like just one figure and a couple animals. But there was some wear. They are flashed colored. That's not the color of the glass, and it was coming off, so I chose to leave them behind. And there's some studio pottery pieces. That one zebra print type mug is still there, and I have changed my mind. I didn't want to pick it up. These had a nice glaze on them, but there was only a set of 3, and I prefer to have a set of 4, and I didn't want to break them up. I really like the glaze on this, but it is definitely a modern mass-produced piece, so I left that behind. Not a ton of profit built in there. I thought this was kind of cute for a little vase. Not a ton in this section, on this trip at least. I spotted this vase, but it is definitely a mass-produced, a cased glass. You can kind of see the remnants of a Made in China sticker. I thought this was cute. You can see the Ross sticker on the bottom there. Again, that flag plate is still there. I try to remember to check all boxes to see that box was empty or felt empty. Not a ton right here. Some modern mixed in with some vintage pieces, hobbyist pieces. I scooped this up. I initially thought it was a paperweight. I didn't realize that it was some kind of gel that was in there. I ended up putting that back because that was kind of not anything I would purchase. It looked like a real butterfly in there though. Trying to get a closer view of figurine section. That jewelry box someone painted is still there. I spotted these chicken dinnerware pieces. They look like a creamer and a sugar and a salt and pepper shaker. They are Andrea by Sadek. I think that's what it's called. I didn't look the price up, but when I saw that, generally the pieces that I find don't go for a ton, so I tend to steer clear from them. Not to say that there aren't some pieces that would sell for a good amount of money. I thought this pen set was really cute. If you have a golfer in your family, that might have been a good pickup. I ended up putting that back. I spotted this and grabbed it right away. This is Comedy and Tragedy, and it's a Venetian masquerade type mask. You can see the remnants of the sticker there. They only wanted $3.99 for it, and I do fairly well with masks, so I do grab this. Sometimes they take a while, they sit on the shelf, but they do sell. I also grabbed this ceramic tiki lantern. It's $6.99. It has the maker on the bottom there. I haven't listed it just yet. I probably paid up too much for this, $6.99, because it looks like it'll probably sell between $20 and $25. I grabbed this as well. It's a granite ware. Double handle cowboy coffee pot. It was in fairly decent shape. There was some missing finish on it. It had been used, but they only wanted $12.99 for it. I've seen some go as high as like $69 or more. I expect around $40 to $50 for it. I also grabbed this lamp initially. It is a Dale Tiffany table lamp. It's a butterfly one. They have quite a few listed and quite a few sold, but the price on here, I didn't see it till the very end, was $49.99 that they wanted for it. And there was some sticky residue type stuff under that one shade. So I was really debating whether or not to get this. $50 is quite high for a price that I would pay at Goodwill. It'd have to be something that I could bring a lot of profit in when it sells. I end up putting that back. Are these still a thing? Do people still like these wall pocket, or not wall pocket, but wall plaques? Definitely has been repainted, so that's why I chose to leave them behind. I might have taken a chance on them if they had not been repainted. I thought that was interesting, a little shelf sitter. Not a lot at this location. This is a weighted mallard duck pillow or doorstop, I believe. It had a lot of wear and it just felt like it would have needed a lot of cleaning, so I left that behind. Here I'm at the vase section at this new store. Not a ton. Definitely a modern piece. A juice carafe. Or cocktail holder, you can choose what you want to use it for. I thought it was cute. It didn't have a lid. I assume those have lids. And here I'm checking out the dinnerware section. A lot of times I'll find random studio pottery pieces tucked in this section, so that's why I don't completely miss out on going down this aisle. I found some decent treasures in this area. If I'm not selling dinnerware, people will go through other aisles and then discard things as well, so I'll find things left behind by other people. Here yet again, we're at another location. I think in this video I hit like 4 or 5 places. They had some fun spring decor. I really liked this reticulated fish. I thought it was a dry vase at first, but it actually is a table lamp. Unfortunately, it had a lot of damage and it was missing some of the colors that were inside the cutouts, so I put that back. And this was a little tea light, fish tea light. When I looked them up, they didn't sell for a ton, so I put that back as well. Hobbyist piece it looked like. I thought this might have been a trinket box, and it probably is, but it was just like a resin little teapot, flower teapot. This is a cute little thermometer, a dog and cat. I've been more careful with some of the thermometers I've been picking up because some of them haven't worked, so I'm more selective. I liked this little slate glass, stained glass type sun catcher. I ended up putting it back. I was trying to be a little bit more picky. Here I show you that it was missing the little colored straws that were in the cutouts that light up when you have the lamp inside, the lamp light inside. It's too bad because when I looked at Google Lens too, they had those priced at ridiculous amount for resale, and I couldn't find any actual solds. So being that I didn't know the maker, it was kind of hard to research. I chose with the damage to leave it behind. Carved was starfish for $6.99 or $3.99. Not sure what I just said. I'll go through a store and I'll put things in the cart that I end up putting back. This one looked to be carved, but it was actually composite. A little Alaskan totem. And these wood tulips, if you can find them in certain colors, can go for a decent amount of money. They wanted $6.99 for 3 or 4 stems there. And generally they sell in a bigger bunch than that. I end up putting them back just because the colors weren't as desirable as others. Here's some studio pottery pieces. I'm starting to be more selective. They have to be a really unique color or glaze or something that I just think is amazing. I did pick this up. These sell really well and generally pretty fast for me. They don't bring in a ton of money, but at $4.99, generally they can sell about 18 to 25 bucks depending. The time of year is a big factor too. I tend to sell more of these around Christmas time. Look like a hobbyist piece. Maybe it was really made in England, but to me it didn't give me that feel. Now this is definitely a mass-produced piece, but I love the like pulled feather look to it, but it had a giant crack and I left that behind. I scooped this up. Anything with a face that's pottery related generally does fairly well for me. And unfortunately, I can't find a sold comp because I can't figure out the maker mark. It's just a little gold C on the side, but I did grab it. It was $14.99. And on the conservative side, I think I can make around $50, but I think I can get more. Here we're in the vase section. That was a faux hobnail piece, and this is definitely a Mexican souvenir piece. Little owl vase. This gave me Italian feels, but it was not. It was a mass-produced piece. And I loved this lamp. It was decently priced at $34.99. Not high, very high, but it was really wonky and not sturdy. I was debating whether or not just to buy it for the shade alone, because the shade I know I could have made a profit on, but I didn't want to have to take the whole thing. I liked these little dog figurines. There was like a whole collection somebody had grabbed. Some of them can go for a decent amount, but generally probably $12 to $18 a piece. And they wanted $4.99 a piece, and they're longer tail. I am not doing a ton in figurines. They have to bring in a decent amount of profit or something that I just can't live without. You'll see here in a second, there was one that had really weird painted eyes, almost too human-like, right there. Kinda creepy. It doesn't show off as creepy as it did when it was in the store, but quite interesting. Some little egg shelf sitters. I got distracted and found more dogs and forgot about them. I should have looked those up to see. Some shelf setters can do fairly well. I thought that was a paperweight or something at first, but it's a snow globe. And then I found an amazing find. You can kind of see it there. I ignore it at first. Then someone must have come through behind me and put them in a group, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Here I'm just scanning the rest of the shelves. I usually make a couple passes through. I grabbed this little hand-blown bud vase. Probably could have left it behind at $2.99 because it'll only sell about $8 to $12. I grabbed this. Someone had definitely been a reseller, had come through. There is some damage to the little leg down there, but oh my gosh, these sell for a crazy amount of money if you find them and if they're in decent condition. So I'm probably a little optimistic listing it as high as I did, but at $6.99 I thought I would take a shot because usually you can only find them in the smaller size. This was a fairly large one. I found these Fenton thumbprint milk glass candlestick holders. This again is something I probably should have left behind at $6.99 a piece. They probably will sell at most for like $30, $34, but probably less than that. Now these are what I was talking about. Someone came back through and piled them all up. These I'm not very familiar with, so I'm using this as like an educating pay to learn tool. They wanted $6.99 a piece. This one that I have in my hand right now, I actually listed and sold within the first like couple hours of having it listed. And I hadn't really learned about this brand before. So $6.99 and I sold it for $75 within a few hours. And then the rest are like RS Prussia, and the mark that I see on the back of them look legit, but if you want to put down in the comments below if you think I made a mistake. Otherwise, I did my research and this seems to be a legit mark, but there are fakes of this maker out there and they've been reproductions. I'm thinking I can get at minimum $25 per piece. Looks like these were like donated from like probably someone's antique booth is my guess. That's why I found so many great things this day. But I also listed one more of them so far. I'm going to just list and sell one at a time just so I can get a feel for what these are and if I want to keep picking them up. I used to come across these all the time, but I don't anymore, and I always just bypassed them because I thought they were fake, but these ones seem to be legit, so we'll see. Fingers crossed, right? All right, and that's going to wrap us up for today. If you have any comments or questions, just drop them down below. Otherwise, thanks for taking the time to watch the videos. And here's your recap, and I'll see you in the next one.